Fallbrook's great. Anything you want, they've got it. So long as you've got the bits.
Yeah. It's not really what I was expecting. It's very red.
Keep walking, Runge.
So I can go in? Oh, you're not Catherine.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept-looking my whole life.
Watch yourself, Captain. This guy's got eyes like a sprat set on stealing your dinner.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that, you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink.
This ought to be good.
Oh, I enjoy a good challenge. I'll get right to it then. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats.
Let me guess, we pocket the half you saved.
Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run.
Shocking.
As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit.
Before I agree to this, I want some questions answered.
Hit me. I won't even hit back.
Okay.
Ow! What was that for?
You told me to hit you.
You're nuttier than Miss Malin. Cripes. Remind me never to cross you. Though, you put that mean right hook to good use getting my drugs, and I'll be more than happy.
Where should I start looking for your missing sprat carriers?
I run my sprat carriers back and forth through the shipping tunnels near the waterfall. Ought to check there first. Good luck. And don't get any ideas about pilfering the drugs for yourself.
Oh, I would never. Alright, well, not like I have anything better to do.
Was that sarcasm? I'm going to assume it was not. If it's sarcasm, you've got to show it somehow, like, with a wink. My sprat carriers scurry back and forth through the shipping tunnels. Any trail ought to start there. When you've got the goods, I'll be here.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him, God, I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
Is his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Alright, get in then.
Understood. On my way.
I can't believe I'm still stuck in this law-forsaken town, but at least I think I may have finally found a spot with promise down the tunnel on the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. I wonder if I can find a dentist who'd pay something for the teeth. Cheney.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Dry goods and sundry. Are you guys coming?
I'm moving.
Hungry? I'm famished myself. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Then I will move on.
I offer high quality and low prices. Pick one for your purchase. If you bloody it, you buy it. Store policy.
Who's the top dog in these parts?
Town sublight owned and run. Caters to a variety of clientele. The one you want to avoid pissing off the most is Catherine. Prove bad for her business, and she'll kneecap you without a second thought.
Yeah, I've been getting that impression. Don't mind me, I'm just snooping.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here?
What? You don't look like you're walking.
Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs.
How would I see what you're doing in your mind? Where are you going?
I'm not entirely decided. If I'm being honest, I think I'd fancy a visit to Tartarus, so long as it's under the shield of my fantastical imagination.
Well, you don't need your legs for that.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Obviously too common an ailment for insurance to cover.
I guess.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
If you say so.
Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO.
What else can you tell me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
Who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
How do you protect a reputation? Disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
And charge for them all individually. That's all I needed to know.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
Thanks. Maybe later.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. Catherine send you back here? On second thought, it's best if I don't know. What's your order?
Got any glacial age whiskey?
No, I don't have any... Ugh. If it's only a drink you're after, the full bar's upstairs. This here's the ante up, where you place your bets.
What can I bet on?
Tossball, autoloader races, card games, you name it. I ain't picky. And neither is Catherine. We'll both break your legs if you lose and shirk on paying.
I'll get out of your hair.
Well, look who it is. Figured a top runger like you'd end up in Fallbrook sooner or later. You've got the bits for it.
Do we know each other? I'll be with you in a moment.
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story?
Well, it's the strangest thing really, but I was frozen in space for 70 years and then one day...
Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, it's not one I really want an answer to. Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand?
How many bits are we talking?
More than you can afford at this time.
You do serve drinks at this bar, right?
Your eyes do not deceive you. This bar serves the sweetest firewater in all of Fallbrook. I got some snacks on offer too from time to time.
Is this a sublight bar?
If you're asking if it's sublight owned, then yes. If you're asking if we give discounts to sublight employees, then the answer is not only no, but doubly no. Ms. Malin built the bar, the saloon, and the town to boot. If you got business with sublight, I suggest you follow up with her.
I'll see you later.
Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Crude but forthright. I admire that.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
If by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manti dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Actually, I'm the fixer for your sublight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Right, the Alta Vitae stuff that Lilia mentioned.
So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Remind me what Alta Vitae gas is exactly.
Do I look like one of them egghead science types? All I know is that labs use it to create plants and livestock out of local species. But it's a controlled commodity, available only to the board, so it is of high value on the dark market.
Aha, and define safe.
Meaning safe for me and my crew, seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk.
Are you kidding me?
Hold your thrusters. I ain't even got to the tricky part. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through, or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
Our Sawbones Ellie could probably cook something up.
I shall leave the details to you. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills, or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Parvati then, good thing we have an engineer.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I might be interested.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for me.
I mean, I'm not just gonna kill a guy because you want his stuff. I'd at least like to talk to him first, see what he's like. What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you can shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
So say I just kill Clive.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
What if I decided to sabotage the factory instead?
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
So you don't actually mind if I sabotage it? I guess you have the money to fix whatever problem I make. Well, I'll think about it, I guess.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Okay. Actually, there was something else.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
What? I haven't even left. We just spoke 10 seconds ago.
Sure.
Sunja said you know something about a corporation operating in secret on Monarch.
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the Northern Bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
You really can't tell me anything else?
If I could, I would have. It's my crew whose lives are on the line. Them dying's just bad business.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
Efficient, clever, ruthless. I like her.
I'm not so sure.
I test every product myself to assure maximum customer satisfaction. If you doubt it, I can show you my lower back rash.
No thank you.
No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the C&P factory.
Not so fast. The biometric IDs are special goods. Only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
Ha, maybe some other time.
If some other time means during my business hours of 0500 to 1900 7 days a week, then sure. Elsewise, you ought to know I keep a guard sprat named Banshee, and she's real mean.
Really? Where? I wanna meet Banshee. Here, Banshee, where are you? You liar, you don't have a sprat guard. You're not a sprat, are you?
Always imagined Fallbrook would be
Cleaner, fancier, stocked with better.
cheaper. I've emptied 14-bit cards in the last 2 hours.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches like mad.
Can I help you? Don't think we've spoken before. I would remember. You look, well, I wouldn't forget what you're wearing, no.
Of course not, I have a great sense of style. Why would we have spoken before?
Most of the freshies spend their first day in the saloon. Fresh to Fallbrook, I mean. Me? I've been here going on 3 days now. I'm real friendly. Figure I've talked up everyone in town by now. But not you yet.
Seems it's your lucky day.
Every day I've been here has been my lucky day. Never won so much in my whole life. Aside from a close call during my wilderness hike, it's been a grand adventure. I'm dreadful blessed that Captain Criley hired me onto the crew.
Close call.
You heard that right. Wilderness almost got me pushing up daisies. If I wasn't so fleet-footed, I never would have escaped them Raptidons, then Marauders, and then that Mantiqueen alive. To outrun him, I had to ditch my bag. All the bit cards from my winnings were weighing it down. A shame, cause it was my favorite gun tote.
How'd you end up in Fallbrook?
Well, Captain Criley wanted to take a pit stop. I'm the hired security, see? They pay me to guard the cargo, but right now the hull's empty. It's my first shore leave with the crew, and my maiden voyage before that. I can tell you it's been a real hoot.
Which crew did you say you were stationed with?
You wouldn't have heard of them. They're just a small pot of smugglers. Kept getting their spoils stolen when they went to fence them. So they hired on a merc. They didn't mind my being so talkative, or them being my first protection gig. Captain Criley, he does ask me to shut it sometimes. In fact, I probably shouldn't be flapping my gums about his crew at all.
Any survival tips?
Captain warned us to take care around Devil's Peak. The bigger beasties tend to roam the slopes there. Mid-morning, I thought I'd try Fallbrook's self-guided wilderness hike, the one that leads up around the mountain. Safe enough, else they wouldn't advertise, right? Wrong. Scarcely made it back in one piece.
Actually, I'm looking for Devil's Peak.
Look for the horns and you can't miss it. Even I saw them when we flew overhead.
Horns?
Massive curved stone peaks if you want to get technical. They're part of the mountain terrain.
Okay, thanks. That's all for now.
Right then. Very well.
Are a landing pad good?
If you're feeling like the civilized type, the waterfall's a good spot to wash your clothes.
I'm always civilized. Oh, Sublight ID cartridge. Oh wait, no, I already have one of them. It's the Borst factory I need one for. So the scholar was by the river, right? Did you have warm feet? I have a key for this. Did someone ask me to come here? I forget, why was I supposed to come here? Oh right, for Nelson. Nelson's Sprat carriers run their secretive routes through Sublight's shipping tunnels. It's the last place the Sprats were seen before they went missing. The tunnel has been compromised by rats. Clear them out.
They were destined to die! Don't mess with us!
How does that look? Oh damn, that's really nice. And the dialogue skills are better for me. It's one less armor, but I can also modify it. Cool.
Easy does it.
Did you find them? Tell me you found my Sprat carriers. Would hate should anything dire have befallen them.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Just tell me straight and don't hold back. I can handle it.
I retrieved your drugs, but Raptidons killed your carriers in the cave.
Sprats can always be replaced. Excellent. Oh, this is This is only half! Are you think you can steal from me?
Get a hold of yourself.
Ow! Damn it, that hurt like the blazes. Okay, all right. You didn't take it. But someone did. Search Fallbrook. Either half the Sprats got loose on their own, or there'll be some evidence pointing to the soon-to-be-dead Snake who filched my carriers. You want your cut? You get me the rest of my drugs, no matter what it takes.
I can hear Sprats. Banshee. Oh, there's lots of them here.
Miss Minnie Malin, get your twitchy whiskers back here! Don't you run out that door! It's a cruel world outside! Close the damn door!
Oh my god,
You'll
that's
let
a
my
big
sprats
sprat.
out.
Most of them are already outside, dude. Hi, Minnie Malin, aren't you a cutie?
Damn it all! Now look what you done. It'll take me ages to round him up again.
What did I do?
State your purpose, or get out of my face, domicile intruder.
I'm looking for some missing sprats. You wouldn't have seen any around.
Missing? Nope. Nope. Mine are all found and accounted for, thank you kindly. Now if that'll be all, I've got an animal rescue service to oversee, and it ain't easy. Lots to do. Got a multitude of sprats to spay and feed.
Rescue sprats? As in rescued from Sublight's shipping tunnels?
Day in, day out, they ran their little route, getting picked off along the way. What was I to do, turn a blind eye? Malin's an animal lover. She won't hold my actions against me. Look, I don't care if Nelson sent you or not. You won't be hurting a hair on any of these sprats' heads. I've killed vicious beasts for them. I ain't afraid to take on a human. Back out of this domicile, hands up, or become sprat food, intruder.
No need for a vivisection. Sprats possess rapid digestive systems.
You want to dig through sprat droppings? Be my guest. Get your drugs, then get lost.
Oh dude, I don't wanna stick my hand in there. Do you have gloves? Or paper, something I can pick it out with. This is so gross. A towel, old clothes. Max, give me a page from your French book. What about this? I can use this. Oh my god, that was gross. Is there more? Where's the rest of the poop?
If you would please leave me and my fur babies be. I think you've given them enough anxiety for one day.
Is there some outside?
Just look. They're trembling.
Oh, here's some. Right, I think that's all of it. Why did I even agree to do that? I should have made Nelson do it.
Got the goods? 'Cause I know you wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. Wink.
Yes, they're a bit smelly.
You do? I mean, you do! Of course you do! What did I tell you? Sure-fire delivery system. Works almost every time.
Sure, until someone comes along and rescues them from their pathetic lives.
Sure, they're Raptidon fodder and suffer the occasional overdose when a container dissolves in their stomach acid. Wait, what do you mean rescued them?
Bertrand didn't appreciate the abuse they were suffering, so he stole them from the tunnels.
That deranged piece of sprat shit! If Bertrand ain't already dead, he's about to be.
Now
I owe
hold
you for
on.
bringing this breach in security to my attention. As promised, your cut, plus a little extra to show my gratitude. Now, if there's nothing else you need from me, I must go inventory my goods.
Leave Bertrand alone, it was a stupid idea anyway. I've got questions.
Hit me. I won't even hit back.
I will if you go after Bertrand. What do you do around here anyway?
Officially, I keep the books for Miss Malin, provide loans to the Byzantium Goldbloods for gaming, and oversee our drug-running operations. Speaking of, might I interest you in a purchase? I'll give you a first-time discount. That's 5% off and a free drink at the ante-up. You're welcome.
Sure, why not?
A shrewd decision. Here's your starter pack and your drink voucher.
That's all for now.
Sure it is. Wink.
Whose phone is ringing? Is it yours? Hey dude, fair warning, Nelson wants to kill you, so, you know.
If you would please leave me and my fur babies be. I think you've given them enough anxiety for one day.
They don't have
Just
fur.
look, they're trembling.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Alright, let's call the ship here. I'm wondering who to have with me for now. I know I need Ellie and Parvati for when we go to Cascadia, but it would still be nice to have Nyoka as a guide before then. I'm hoping when we go to Cascadia from this side, we can open that gate on the bridge and call the ship to the landing pad there. For now though, where's this scholar? Testicle sandwiches. Well, a mind suggests something worth guarding. Some nice loot, but no scholar. Aha. Greetings.
What do you want?
Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch?
I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
Wait, what? This guy doesn't seem like much of a scholar, Max. Care to explain?
This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
Okay. Maybe he didn't know the book was in French.
Oh, he knew. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Okay, I admit it. I was tired of your high and mighty speechifying all the time. It was just a joke, I swear. I didn't mean nothing by it.
See, Captain? I've dealt with this swine before. I know how he thinks. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Max, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
Weird hermit? Sounds kind of flimsy to me.
It's true! My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
What do you say, Max?
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway.
All right, you better be telling the truth. We found you once, we can do it again.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
Never mind that. Why did you feel the need to lie about Cheney?
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
It's all right. I just hoped you'd trust me by now. Don't lie to me again, all right?
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
You did mention being in prison before, but I thought it was like in an official capacity, not as an inmate. Were you an inmate? Why didn't you tell me?
You never asked.
Fair. Would you care to explain now?
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Baconu journal.
Oh, so you weren't an inmate then. You did already mention this, just not the reason for it. What was it like being in prison?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
I feel like we've become closer, Max. We might not share ideology, but I think you're a good guy and I want to help you. We're friends. We don't have to braid each other's hair or anything, but we're friends.